Hey there, Clark Reid back with today's tech headlines for you. If you like these reports, you could sure help us out by giving that like button a little love tap, and you can also subscribe. Then you'll know when each new report is ready for you. In what can only be described as a victory of sorts for Google, a court has ruled that Google does not have to spin off Chrome, and it also doesn't have to divest of its search business, although it'll have to make some changes there. And Gadget.com reports that Judge Amit Mehta ruled that the government had overreached, quote-unquote, in its request for the sale of Chrome. What the search giant will have to do, though, is give up some exclusive deals around the distribution of search, Google Assistant, Gemini, and Chrome. And they'll no longer be able to require device makers to preload Google apps in order to get access to the Play Store. They will still be able to continue to pay partners like Apple to preload search and other apps into their products. I'm sure Apple's relieved about that too, as they take in something like $20 billion a year in their deal with Google. Waymo is moving into a couple of new markets, Denver and Seattle. They'll be putting in the self-driving cars this week. TechCrunch.com notes that both the Jaguar I-Pace SUVs and the Zeekr vans will be showing up in the two cities. For now, the vehicles will be manually driven. Waymo hopes to start offering robo-taxi trips in Denver next year and in Seattle in the metro area, quote, as soon as we're permitted to do so, end quote. Waymo has a fleet of about 2,000 vehicles on the streets now, 800 of them in San Francisco Bay Area, which is obvious if you drive around here, 500 in L.A., 400 in Phoenix, 100 in Austin, and several dozen in Atlanta. Miami and Washington, D.C. are in the future plans, and we just reported days ago Waymo's got a permit now to test in New York City, although that one is for driver-operated cars for the time being. Anyone that uses an iPad knows there are numerous apps that just show up on the iPad with a little box in the middle displaying the iPhone version of the app. They're hard to use and they're very frustrating. And well, now, after a mere 15 years, Meta has finally released an optimized Instagram app for the iPad. According to Verge.com, effective today, you can download the new app that's actually made for the iPad. Now, there are a couple of notable differences. First of all, the app opens directly into a feed of Reels, the short-form videos that Meta desperately wants to compete with TikTok. Other features will be there, though. At the top of the homepage, you can switch to a following tab where you can swipe between feeds that look like the one on the phone, and the direct messages page will have your inbox alongside chats, a lot like Messenger looks on your desktop version. I would bet a few of you, maybe more than a few of you who are watching or reading this, had to do inventory in some sort of retail establishment in your career. And, well, it's a task that truly sucks. I had to do it as a kid and a teen and later as an adult at my family's car dealership. Nothing more fun than handling and counting greasy car parts. You just wore old clothes and then pitched them afterwards. No washing was helpful. Now, Starbucks is getting some help from a startup called Nomad Go to streamline how employees take inventory in the stores. GeekWire.com reports Starbucks is setting employees up with mobile devices that Nomad Go's software is loaded on, and it uses computer vision technology, spatial computing, and augmented reality to automate inventory counting. Systems already deployed in over 11,000 Starbucks locations across North America. It's going to be live in all of the company-operated stores by the end of September. The company's tech runs on device and accounts each item within the rows. It displays results on the device and syncs data with existing inventory management programs. Man, how I wish I had that kind of tech when counting a box of automotive widgets years ago. I'm Clark Reid, and you're Technified for now.